What's up guys, it's FunFitchu here, back with another video, and it is week 2 of my 90-day challenge of Let's Make a Comic. And you may be wondering, why am I wearing a hat inside? And that is because I'm having a very bad hair day. But you're not here for me to complain about my hair, you're here to check out my progress and check out what I've drawn so far. So let's not waste any time, let's get right to it. So in my last video, I went over the overview and concept of what I wanted to achieve in my comic book, and today and this week is no different. I'm still going with this square format where I can share on social media very easily, and still keeping the Garfield type storytelling. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, be sure to check out my last week's video, and I'll be sure to leave a link down below in the description. But for now, let's go into what I did for week 2 of my 90-day challenge. So as you can see, my panels already laid out. I created these in Inkscape and then imported them over into Manga Studio. And once I have my panels laid out, I then go into my rough thumbs of just placing down general ideas and concept of what kind of plot I'm trying to tell for this page. And again, it's more of a gag anime, so I don't really need to be consistent with the story if I'm going to release this on a weekly basis. But it's good to still draw down and have rough sketches of what you're trying to tell, and as you can see, this is very rough. It's not even like a circle and a scribble of hair. And you guys probably don't even know what's going on. Like, what does that look to you, guys? Is that a bull or something? Who knows? Only I know, right? Once I finished the rough thumbs and putting down the ideas and concept I want to tell, I then move on into slightly cleaner sketches. And as you can see, it's definitely a little bit more readable of what I'm trying to show you guys compared to those very rough thumbs. And I generally try to keep it consistent to what my ideas were in my thumbs. I don't really go around messing around with it. And originally I did paint it this darker, but along the way I accidentally did a clipping mask or merged them to a slightly lighter layer, and now it's all gray, but that doesn't really matter. Oh, as long as it can give me a general idea of where to draw things, it works out just fine. So once I do the slightly cleaner outlines, I go straight into outlining, and you can see this is a lot more cleaner, and you can actually see what's going on. But I actually did have a lot of trouble drawing my character and trying to keep him the same and not look like a completely different character in every panel. And I really struggled with this for maybe about a day or so, because it's definitely a lot different from illustrating one picture or illustration, one work, versus drawing multiple panels and having the same character in each panel, and you have to make sure they look somewhat the same. Like I said, I had difficult time drawing the character to make sure he looks the same in every panel. So I just had to open up a new document and draw maybe a rough idea, like concept sketches of what the character looks like. And as you can see, I only did the front and profile image, and even in the final product my character doesn't really look like this. But as long as I drew something that gives me the general idea of what I want the character to look like, I think it works. It's definitely not the ideal method whatsoever, but I knew that I wanted my character to have this tail thing, whatever you call it, and make sure that each scene has the character has this part of his hair, and then yeah, so there are, even though not every panel is exactly the same, I actually, as long as you put the basic characteristic that makes that character, the viewer will see that it's the same character. Hopefully I'm not just BSing you. So once I finish my outline, like always, I go straight into my flats, but unlike last time where I flatted out every individual panel into separate layers, I did all my flats onto one layer. Well, most of my flats onto one layer. So yeah, so each of this are much easier to sort through and find. And as long as it has the magic wand tool, I can select it if I'm on the right layer, and then I can change it to however I want. So much easier than placing my flats into separate layers. And this is what it looks like with the outline on. So it makes things a lot easier and smoother. So once I reach this stage, I decide to mess around with the background and play with the gradient tool to give it more of a Garfield-like storytelling. And let me pull up a Garfield comic for you guys to see. And as you can see, each panels, or sometime each panel, has this gradient-like effect to really push the positive space or subject matter up front. And maybe it's cheating, but I find it very much more attention grabbing towards the subject. So that's my overall idea to how to relate back to Garfield comics. Yeah, so like in this one, as you can see, the blue here is blending to a more white color, and then you have the subject up front. Overall, this was what week 2 was mainly about. It was to finish, or somewhat finish, another page, getting out more of a finer idea of what my character look like, or characters look like. And even though I'm definitely cheating and skipping steps, like not creating a script or not creating concept sketches beforehand of what every character looks like, I think it works. I'm still producing something. I was so hung up on trying to follow what professional comic book artists do, like drawing out their script first, then going to concept art, and then starting to roughly sketch out their comic, and then actually drawing their comic and inking it and so on. You can say that it's very easy to get overwhelmed when you're first doing it, and I was so hung up on doing the first steps or second step at the right time and at the right pacing that I never really finished a comic book. I have a lot of like unfinished scripts and concept sketches, but never really did anything with them because I just got so tired and hung up on this isn't right or perfect. So now that I'm just, you know what, spend maybe 30 minutes or an hour a day, just do some quick sketches and then see where it takes me. I've actually am learning a lot through experience and also just learning where I need to improve. And in all actuality, I am actually recording this while week 3 is happening. So with week 3, you're going to see a lot more progress. And be sure to subscribe down below if you guys are interested in seeing that, because with week 3, okay, just a little bit of spoiler. With week 3, I actually got at least 3 pages down. Not completely done yet. Mostly in the outlining and sketching phase right now, but if I am able to do maybe 3 pages a week, it will definitely help reaching that 32 page mark that I set for my 90-day challenge. So wish me luck, guys, and I think that will be about it for this video. Alrighty guys, that about does it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like button if you liked it, dislike if you didn't, and leave a comment down below if you guys have any comment or suggestions on my 90-day challenge of Let's Make a Comic. And if you guys want to see more fun content, be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. I'm FunFootU. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!